guys, I'm hoping today to quickly rush through my what's in my hospital bag video. I don't want it to be too long because there is a bit of stuff, so I'm going to just quickly breeze through it. I'm currently 36 weeks pregnant. I am huge and I will be going in for my induction in 2 weeks. I'm hoping the TV is not too loud in the background. Hazel's getting distracted, but anyway, I'll get straight into it and show you what I have in my hospital bag. So this is my hospital bag. It's basically a carry-on suitcase like what you take on a plane. It's the size that you're allowed in the hospital, and you're only allowed one bag. So I'll jump right in and show you what we've got. So first off, I'll jump in and do what we have for baby, and this is basically just my baby stack. I'm very much a sort of just in case, or just in case I need something person. So there's probably, well, there's definitely overpacked, but I'd rather have too much than too little. I know I can probably send home Michael to go get some stuff as well, but yeah, I've got too much stuff, so I wasn't sure what to bring for her. So what I have is, I've got a couple of little girly headbands. I've got a little long sleeve. We're coming into winter here, although it's not really winter, it's still ridiculously hot, but just in case, I've got a long sleeve little t-shirt. With Hazel in the hospital, we didn't really wear t-shirts and pants, although these little pants with the little frills on the bum. And to match that, I've got some little socks. They're so tiny. But I said we didn't really use sort of shirt and pants with Hazel. We had those sort of onesies, which is pretty much what I brought. I've got a little singlet, just in case it is a bit hot in the hospital. And we'll just put like a little singlet on with just a nappy or something like that. So I've got a little singlet there as well. I've got, again, if it's hot, a little onesie. They're so cute and tiny. So it's just a little buttoned on there, and it's just got little straps. And I could put the pants on it if it wanted to, you know, over the top. So I got those. And the other things that we've got are onesies. I don't know what you call them in the, like baby grows, I think they're called in the UK, I'm not sure, but they're like basically these things. They're all like a built-in onesie type thing. This is probably going to be her going home outfit. I do have a bunch of these in newborn size, but I didn't want to use the ones that Hazel had, because just to separate the little, like the first pictures. So they do look different in the hospital, like the little hospital outfits. I didn't want to have the same ones. So I got a couple of new ones just for her. So I got this one, which is going to be her going home, which is Little Sweetheart, and I just love the birds on it. So there's that one. The other one I've got is just a plain one. Hubby prefers the ones that button straight down the middle, just because it's hard for him to master them. So I've got one of those, and the other one that I absolutely adore is this one that has playtime, but it's got a little cat on it. I just thought it was the cutest thing, and it's still very girly, but it's not pink. I just thought that was the cutest thing ever. I've also got a terry toweling. This is like a cloth. I think you can use them as terry toweling nappies, but we use them with Hazel for burp cloths, so they go over your shoulder or to hold their neck when you're burping them. So I got one of those just in case. And then the hospital does provide blankets, but I figured just to go home if we need it, I've just brought a couple of just little like cotton blankets that we use, or like wraps that we can use. We use those with Hazel as well. Our hospital does not really provide nappies. I guess if you really run out and you're desperate, they probably have some, but so I've just got a whole pack. We won't go through this many, but it's easier to carry with the handle. Just a pack of newborn nappies. And I'm also going to possibly take some of my breast pump stuff. I know they have breast pumps at the hospital, but I found last time, I guess being a new mum, and I sort of never used one, and it was just really difficult for me. And getting the settings right, whereas at least because I exclusively pumped with Hazel, I know my breast pump, I know how it works, I know what works for me. So I'm thinking I may take mine just in case if it comes down to it, I can use it. I don't know, I was in there last time for 5 days after Hazel was born, so my milk definitely came in, so I don't know how this one's gonna go. I may be able to go home quite quickly, or if not, if I do have to be there longer, I've got my pump there. Another thing is my breastfeeding pillow. Again, breastfeeding didn't really work for me with Hazel, so I'm hoping it'll work this time, but they're still really handy if you're trying to hold them on the bed. And yeah, so I'm bringing that. It's basically half a boppy pillow. Okay, for me, because I am getting induced, we were there last time for a few days. Apparently it's meant to go really, like a lot quicker with your second, so I'm not expecting it to be too bad. So, but I have brought a book just in case. Just, you know, if you're sitting there with the gel and it takes forever, then a book or possibly the iPad to watch some shows or something will go. I have some Gaviscon. I suffer with really bad heartburn. And again, if it takes a little while to get induced, I may need it. I don't know. I just don't want to not have it because heartburn just makes me like enraged. I hate the feeling of it. I can't stand it. Another couple of things that we bought that I didn't do last time is I've got this little bag and it's got just some muesli bars, some Brexit bars. I actually have some cherry drops, which are my favourite lollies from the UK. I get my grandparents to send them out to me. So just some snacks for either me or Michael. I didn't do it with Hazel last time and I really regretted it, especially you can't really eat during labour, but it's handy just to have them, you know, if you don't want to wait until mealtime at the hospital, or if the hospital food's just not that great that day, or whatever. It's just handy to have. And the lollies I found with gestational diabetes, and not really meant to, but I did find having one of these over the labour period was just something to suck on and to just keep my sugar level stable. So those are what I'm packing as well. On the same concept of having things of our own, I also have picked up 2 of these like Gatorade, Powerade things. These are actually the 0 sugar ones. Again, with gestational diabetes, it's always good to have 0 sugar, but it's also got electrolytes, so I figured either before labour or after labour, these are good to just get some electrolytes back into me. For hubby, again, if he doesn't want to chase down the vending machine, I've got a couple of little cans of Coke Zero. Like I said, it's probably really overboard, but we were in our room, my room, forever with Hazel, both before and after. It took forever to get induced and we were there for ages, so I figured just to have a couple of little supplies might be helpful. Another thing that everyone has to take, maternity pads. So I've actually got 2 packs of these. I can't remember how many I went through. Like I said, I was there for ages with Hazel, so I probably went through 1 and a bit packs. So I've got 2 packs, there's 10 in there. These are like the massive pads, but I don't think, again, our hospital provides them. You have to bring your own. I assume, again, if you are desperate or if you run out, then they've probably got some, but they do ask you to bring your own. So I also brought a pack of wipes. This is probably a bigger pack. I've got a half one that I'll probably chuck in there. This is a full one. It's pretty big. So just to have, again, I don't know. I can't remember if the hospital provided them last time. The other thing that I've got is a sports maternity bra. This is huge. I have big boobs. It's just one of those things. This is actually a motherhood maternity bra. It's one I'm wearing now. I basically lived in them. It's actually a nursing one. This one still buttons down. I live in these whether I'm nursing or not. So I've got one of those. I've got some sort of fluffy socks that are actually like, they've got the little rubbers. They're like a shoe type sock. I figured rather than slippers or anything, and they're just good to be walking around the hospital wards with, so I've got a pair of those. I have a couple of plain black singlets. I'll probably pack one of these like this one, and then I've got a couple ones with a thicker strap, so just plain black singlets. The other things that I've got are, again, these are like the just leggings. They're really soft and stretchy, and they've got the belly band around the top. That's not too tight, so that'll be comfy. I wore these are the exact pair I wore with Hazel, so they've survived quite a while. I'm pretty much just gonna be wearing black. I'll probably wear something to like what I'm wearing now, which is just stretchy black, and then maybe just a cardigan or something if it does get cold. Another thing that I've packed, which I use with Hazel, is a nightie. It's just really comfy and flowy, and nothing's tight down there, and it's also a breastfeeding one, so it's got buttons down the front, so you can basically unpop all that and then do some skin on skin or breastfeeding if you need to with that. So I've got that. The other thing that I've got are just some really comfy oversized PJ pants. These are a bit faded. These are actually the ones I had with Hazel as well. They've got a super stretchy waistband and then like bright and colourful. And I basically lived in these at the hospital just with a black singlet on the whole time. And when I got home, and that's pretty much when I got dressed, that was what I was wearing. They're just nice and comfortable and flowy, and nothing's really tight. I've got 6 pairs of just cheap, big undies. So that's everything for me, clothes-wise, for both probably me and baby. And the last thing that I have is sort of toiletries. So this is my really disgusting, dirty toiletry bag. I've had this thing years, so I'll go ahead and show you. I haven't put the makeup in there, but I'll probably put in just the basics, just because I just feel better wearing just the basic foundation and maybe a bit of mascara. I don't know, just makes you feel a little bit more alive and not so much of a wreck after having a baby. And I tend to just, that's what I wear generally day to day, and I feel comfortable doing that. So I will take sort of a basic foundation, but I'm using that at the moment. So in this bag I have just a miniature shampoo and conditioner. These are actually the ones from Hazel's. They're still about 3/4 full, so I know people can't always justify buying the small ones, but for stuff like this I just basically keep them and reuse them. They don't go off or anything. So that's just shampoo, conditioner. Nurofen, the hospital does have some Panadol and Nurofen and painkillers and stuff, but I do find, again, in the middle of the night, if you're just feeling a bit sore, because everything's very sore afterwards, I found just having my own little bag of Nurofen or Panadol, just to take that and just a little pain relief if you need it. Toothbrushes, I only need the one, so I will undo that at one point and put that in there. Roll-on deodorant. I always use spray deodorant, either a Rexona or something like that. I never use roll-ons. I don't tend to really like roll-ons. However, I don't like using spray deodorants in a hospital, especially around newborn babies. I just think, I mean, deodorant as well smells horrible, like when you spray it or someone else sprays it. And I just don't think aerosols are good to have around newborn babies with their fresh lungs, and they're just so little, and I just think it's really unnecessary. You're only in there a small amount of time, and you only need something to stop you smelling disgusting. So I've got this one. It's actually one of my favorites if I am going to go roll-on, and it's a cucumber and green tea by Dove. But yeah, I don't normally use roll-ons, but for this particular occasion in the hospital, I highly recommend you get a roll-on. I don't think you should be using aerosols in a hospital, so with babies. So that's my roll-on deodorant. I've got a small toothpaste. I also got, I have got baby wipes, but I also got the makeup remover wipes. These are really good if you just don't want to go have a shower and do all that when you've got the baby and you're on your own. These are nice just to wipe off all your makeup, feel a bit fresher, and these are also like a night calming one. So they've got lavender oil in them, so they smell great. So I love these, so I've got those. Lanolin cream. Breastfeeding didn't work, like I said, with me and Hazel, but we did attempt for quite a while, and this was very much needed. I've also got Chapstick because my lips really dried out in labour, and they really dried out in the hospital. I don't know if it's all the aircon or I don't know, but Chapstick. And the last thing in here is my breast shields or nipple shields, or I don't know what else you call them. That is pretty much it. The only other things that I've got on my list to get are like phone chargers and camera charger and possibly the iPad. The only other thing that I possibly will need to take is my vitamins and my insulin. I'll be taking my insulin the night before, like normal, but I'm gonna take my insulin with me just in case I need it during labor or anything like that. I didn't have to use it with Hazel, but it's again like a just in case, and they have suggested that I take it with me anyway. But that is it. I'm hoping that was not too crazy for you guys, and I probably have forgotten something. If I forget something, I'll write in the comments below or on the screen or something. But that is pretty much what is in my hospital bag for both me and baby. Like I said, probably a bit overboard with all the food items, but we're in hospital for so long. Vending machines are really expensive, and it's just handy to have with you at that time. The general overview is just clothes that are really comfortable, dark colors if possible, because there's a lot of gunk and blood, and it's just not nice. It's not nice, and then when you're learning to breastfeed, there's breast milk everywhere. It's just dark and comfy and loose, or just stuff that's stretchy and fits you really nice, and something that you know you're going to be comfortable in. Don't go and buy a really nice outfit that you've never worn before, because when you go and probably wear it, it's probably not what you think. It doesn't matter how you look, it's just all about the comfort. When I had Hazel, all I wanted to be was comfortable, and just it didn't really matter. So yeah, for me going home, my outfits will probably be again something like a singlet and some leggings, and this is nothing too dressed up. You're still going to have a belly after having baby, so don't expect it to go straight down or fall most of us, we still have a belly afterwards. So you still want something loose and comfortable, and maybe most of your maternity stuff. Most of the singlets I'm taking are maternity singlets, so you will need that. But that is it for what's in my hospital bag. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, bye.